Oh, yes. Do not adjust anything. Do not adjust your social media networks. We're coming in hot and live, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds like a different kind of show, but it's okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, actor, comedian, writer.
Dark Jedi.
Currently, and currently still on strike. Actor strike, Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
Yeah. Please give me back my money.
Oh man. And another welcome to our other co-host, Mr. Joey Franchise, DJ, social media influencer, and of course he has his own podcast, Franchise on Film. Welcome, sir.
Hey, glad to be back.
Hey, how you doing? Everybody? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Geek Culture Congress. Shouts out to everyone watching this on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. We go live, 8:30-ish. Yeah, 30-ish. It's kind of like a loose day time. Yeah, we try and make it happen.
When we feel like it.
Yeah, well, we got things to talk about,
We're on GP. We're on Geek People time.
We're on Geek to go live. And you guys have not said anything about my readers. Yeah.
I did say something earlier when you were having all the technical difficulties, and I was thinking, you look way too smart to be having these problems.
It's what happens when you get old, Tarek. I cannot read. I cannot see the computer and do what needs to be be done here. So,
you look like the accountant for the blood.
When I take them off, this is all blurry. Like, whoa, like I gotta really concentrate. You know what I mean?
So, I can't believe we're here, man. At this point,
we're here now. We're here at this point in life, Tarek. Joey, this is what you got to look forward to, okay?
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Look at the style. Oh, just wait when you have to DJ with the readers. That's next.
Hopefully that'll never be me.
Damn, bro, you got a DJ with the readers?
Nah,
it depends. It depends on the situation. If the laptop's too close to me, yeah.
That's nasty work, man.
Yeah. That's just nasty
No.
work,
So I got a friend. Off topic. We're gonna a little bit. DJ stuff is nerdy too. Yeah. Off topic. I got a friend in Sarasota, DJ Koki. He's called.
Koki.
And, he literally DJs with the laptop like this.
What?
He's in the laptop like this. That's how he DJs. Like that.
He DJing like he's on the phone with his grandchildren.
Yeah, for everyone listening to the audio version, but the audio version of the podcast, he's literally his face is in the screen of the laptop. And that's how he DJs.
Ooh.
Just like that.
No, I see.
He
nothing
cannot
worse.
See, so he has to DJ like that. And he got the font and the Serato all the way big and everything.
Yo, nothing's worse than a DJ that has the mouse hooked up to his laptop.
Oh,
and he's like, that's the worst.
Oh, does the mouse cause the? What's going on with the mouse? Is the mouse a problem?
Yeah, because it's like an extra tool. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a backup laptop I got to use a mouse with. So
wow.
Yeah. The struggle, the DJ struggle, technology struggle, and technology versus eyesight.
Go on strike for your rights next, man. Get health insurance.
Nah, no strike. If we don't show up, we don't get paid. That's it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No sick days, nothing.
There's no striking. There's no sick days. It's like, that's too bad. That's too bad you couldn't make it today.
There's nothing worse for a party than a Spotify playlist. You be jamming and then a commercial comes on in the middle, like it's like we should have had a DJ.
at least pay for the upgrade, right? At least pay for the family plan before you start the party, right?
We definitely should have had a DJ. This is bullshit.
Oh man, let's get into what we're here about. For ladies and gentlemen, we talk everything nerd here in Geek Culture Congress, comics and shows and Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and everything under the sun, everything that we like. Okay, and man, we finally got it. Marvel's back. Is Marvel back, Joey? Loki season 2, episode 1 is streaming now, and I enjoyed it personally. I thought it has the same energy as the first season, of Loki. But I'll let you guys comment on it before we go deep. Joey, how you feel about the direction of episode 1, season 2 of Loki?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love that it picked up right after the season finale for season 1, like immediately right after.
Yeah.
I love the pacing of it. I love the dialogue. It was the one episode that began that started off a series or a
Mhm.
season where like I was fully invested into like what they were talking about. And I think I enjoyed Obi, my man's who won the Academy Award for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
He was great, a great addition to the series, and just them breaking down the timeline, what Loki was going through, how time was pushing him through past, the present, and future. It was a very intriguing, man. It's a great way to kind of kick off. I don't know if they're back yet, but they definitely, the presence was felt for the MCU, and pretty much, hopefully, it's a lot of good things to come with the season, man. I thought it was great first episode.
I enjoyed it as well, man. Tarek, let us know how you feel this first toe in the pool of the season 2 of Loki, episode 1.
Well, let me first give props again to like you said, Obi
Mhm.
was great addition to that cast. Since we're minus Sylvie, who was a great addition. I don't want to say addition, but a great piece of the previous cast. But Obi definitely, for me, was the most intriguing, most entertaining character. Those moments with him were great. Ki Hu Kwan is his name. He
Thank
almost
you.
sounds like the villain from Wakanda Forever.
I was almost gonna call him by his Indiana Jones name.
Right, yeah, he's always going to be that kid to me. But I was confused. I was confused this episode.
Really?
I don't know if I should have gone back to catch up. I watched a little recap in the beginning,
Mhm.
but I was like, I don't remember where Sylvie went. And like, I remember she killed,
She stayed there. She stayed where she was at, and she pushed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she stayed where she was at.
It was good and it was entertaining by the performances, but still a little convoluted for me.
Okay.
Like the whole spoiler alert, the whole idea of like you have to get to this thing out there by the time that Loki. It was just that whole thing of
yeah. You mean the
Morbius going outside.
time shifting science behind him tweaking out between timelines?
He had to get there and bring him back in, or your skin will fall apart, or he'll be ripped.
He'll be
apart
lost in
into
time.
pieces.
Yeah.
He'll be lost. It was very convoluted to me. I knew the stakes were high, and I kind of knew that like these two things had to coincide, but I didn't understand why.
It sounded like a
But
less.
that's me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's me. Like that's how I was watching it. Like, okay, well, I want to get an understanding here. Entertainment wise, it was simply entertaining. It was very entertaining.
Yes, it was.
Like, I particularly thought was funny. The joke they kept running was like, no, it didn't look like that. Didn't look that bad when you ripped through time. It was okay. And it was like, no, it's awful. It's awful when you rip through time. It's terrible every time. I thought that was funny. And again, everything Obi did was funny. Like him remembering things that Loki was doing in the past, like him suddenly remembering it. I thought that was a great twist. Probably one of the best time travel depictions I've seen. Where like, no, that's not a thing. And then it happens in the past. He's like, no, it is a thing. I'm remembering it as it happens. That was dope. But the overall package, I can't say that I'm excited or I want to see it, because I thought they kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm being spoiled. I wanted early Kang. I wanted.
We're gonna get
some. Yeah, you're gonna get some.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get plenty of that.
I think it was very with the timing, and then I thought it was really dope the fact that they had to pull Loki because he was glitching because he was stuck in between. I think it was like a threshold. So he's stuck in between when he got kicked out. of He Who Remains' lair, and Sylvie just sent him through the thing. That was at the time when she just killed him. So at that time, that's when the timeline just started branching off crazy. So he doesn't know where he's coming or going, and then he gets kicked into the past of the TVA, and he's glitching into the past, present, and future just because of what Sylvie did, branching up all those timelines. So he got caught in between going through that gate.
Right. So I think it's interesting. I feel like the way that they were trying to explain what was happening to Loki was kind of like a less gentle Back to the Future explanation. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just fading away, like, you're going to get ripped apart here and there. But, it's like a back and forth. You know what I mean? It was like a back and forth. So versus like when the Back to the Future, you just kind of fade away because a certain thing happened. Here, you're like, it's constantly like it. There's constantly things happening in the past and the future that are bringing you back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought it was interesting. I don't like. I like that it just picked up like right there, right off season 1. It's just a lot of energy. Definitely the science behind like how that actually works. You know what I mean? It was a very science fiction explanation. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's not like that. Like even the character Obi, right? Yeah, he didn't really understand because he said like this is not supposed to happen at all. Period. You know what I mean? What's happening? It's completely theoretical. What was happening in front of his face? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's not. I think he said it's not in the manual, and I wrote the manual.
Yeah.
On the subplots, I didn't quite get what was understanding with the officers of the TVA.
Yeah, and a spoiler warning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure Tarek did say that earlier, but we're definitely going to talk about everything that happened in episode 1 of season 2 of Loki. So there you go. What do you mean, the officers?
What was going on with like the soldiers or the police officers,
right?
If you will, of the TVA? Like what exactly? They were trying to stop them from clipping off more branches, and then it was, we need to clip off the branches.
I think like they're just in panic mode and they don't know what
ending people's existences by clipping off these branches.
Yeah, I think they're in panic mode. Yeah, they're in panic mode because they couldn't decide what to do. Do we clip off these branches or we don't clip up these branches because we're destroying these millions of people in these timelines and these branches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we are variants. We could destroy somewhere where we're from by clipping the wrong branch. So that was their dilemma. Yeah, we need to control the craziness that's happening, but in doing so, we're actually destroying souls. Yeah.
And we got the General Doc's character. She's new to the season. The rumor going forward right now is the reason she wants Sylvie so bad. And you see how like they bring the whole army out, like, and they were like, "Whoa, why is she bringing like a whole army out for for this shit?" So it's like for this stuff. Excuse me. She the early rumor right now is that she's Sylvie in the future. And that'll like unmask itself like probably like later on in the season.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the IMDb or anything, but like is the actress that plays Sylvie, is she listed?
Yeah.
Oh, so she was. Yeah. You
so
you gotta go back. You gotta see the post. There is a post credit.
You didn't see the post credit?
Yeah. He didn't.
Oh, I did. You're right.
She sent her stuff to like 1982 to a McDonald's in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to McDonald's for that corporate plug. Yeah.
For real. Yo, they got their own Loki
McDonald's
sauce.
cut the check. Huh?
They got a Loki sauce at McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a whole trade, promotion trade going on. I'm sure.
I'm not eating the Loki sauce.
Try the Loki sauce. You already have green on, Tarek. Come on. Try the Loki sauce.
I'm not eating the Loki sauce. That's it. Pause.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Pause on that one.
So yeah, so I'm excited. I like the direction of where they're going with this. I haven't learned read any spoilers of how deep, the behind the scenes. I'm sure the TVA is going to be important. I guess it's going to lead to whatever's going to happen in Deadpool 3 and of course Secret Wars. Yeah, all the way up to Secret Wars. So definitely gonna. Loki, at least Loki, probably season 1 and 2 are going to be required watching for anybody who's going to want to get into Secret Wars.
Which I've seen rumors that Tobey Maguire will be featured in Secret Wars. Have you guys seen
this? Yes, I did see that.
Who was? Say it one more time.
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire in Secret Wars.
I talked about it last week, man.
Yeah, we talked about it.
He's going to be the leader of the multiversal Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
We'll see. Excited for all the future and all that stuff that's happening with Marvel. Is there anything else, Joey, that you want to touch on with us before I know you're gonna tap out early before we get to the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah. So word is that the cast is already set for Fantastic Four, but they haven't announced it, or they can't announce it until the whole
strike.
The strike is over for actors.
Makes sense.
So
that makes sense for me.
Who do you got? Who do you think will get it?
I could have sworn I saw a really solid rumor who was going to be Invisible Woman. And I've completely forgot her name now. Emily Blunt, was that it? Emily Blunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Krasinski's wife.
Yeah, I think Emily Blunt might be very solid. Yeah, it was a rumor, and that might be a really solid casting right now, but we don't know for sure yet.
So we also got a Blade update. So Blade apparently will be set in the 1920s, partly in present day for the MCU.
That'd be cool. I think that'll be different from the Blade that we had before.
And it's set to have a gritty and more mature tone.
Okay.
More mature than the previous Blade?
Yeah, right.
Shit was pretty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts, we got an update on Sentry. Word on the Sentry character, he will have powers that are going to be similar to Icarus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's going to be crazy.
That's cool. Well, that's how he is in the comic book. So yeah.
And we got Avengers Secret Wars. So the Avengers will go to the multiverse in a similar way to time travel. They're going to time travel similarly to how they did in Endgame, and will arrive in important universes.
Okay. Cool.
It would be great to somehow blend the House of M situation with Secret Wars and Avengers, because I remember in the end of House of M, like it was kind of like all these people were starting over. A lot of them were. Steve Rogers was starting over. It clearly won't be Steve Rogers, but they're definitely curious to see what they do with that. But I think everyone's expecting Secret Wars to lead to X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Oh, definitely, and we're gonna get an ado to we're gonna get an ado to the Fox universe in Secret Wars, definitely.
I think our next saga is going to be the Mutant Saga.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think definitely.
Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, the Mutant Saga could encapsulate everything.
Yeah.
I think for me, X-Men, Spider-Man, and Blade being the earliest comic book iterations for Marvel that were valid. There were definitely some Punisher films, but those were the ones that were like franchises. It was weird. I didn't wonder back then where the Avengers were. I was just so entranced with like, okay, this is the X-Men, and this is Blade, and this is Spider-Man, and I didn't really like think about universes at the time.
Yeah.
So now I think about universes, and when you think about it, the mutant problem would be great for this new universe.
Absolutely. I think they're kind of touching on that a little bit on with the secret invasion stuff. The way that, even though it wasn't a great ending, I kind of like that that alien phobia, that they started at that the final chapter of that last episode.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, you know what? That would be a great start to a mutant phobia too, as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And it would give a reason for the Eternals film even existing, because up to this point, as a defender of the Eternals film,
you're a defender.
it's like,
Okay.
why did that movie exist?
Yeah.
You know, as of right now, it's like, why did that movie exist?
I think what happened was since they planned that Eternals movie and they really wanted to play with the X-Men toys, the mutant toys, and they couldn't. So that was Foggy's solution to do the Eternals thing, and then they bought Fox and were like, oh, we got our toys back. Hold up, and that's why we haven't seen any Eternal stuff plugged back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't explain why they're not tied into any of the other films, and maybe they'll be tied into the Marvels.
Maybe. We'll see.
Could be some reference.
Definitely the next definitely the next cap.
Are we even going to remember what happened in that film?
Definitely the
For
next
Eternals?
Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Do we remember what happened?
Like, are people going to remember if they tie anything into the Eternals? People going to remember? Because now it feels like it's so long ago.
I think people do remember like the TMA. I think that's what sticks out. Like I think the movie was so easy to follow, and I said this on last week's show where Marvel already had Eternals planned out because they didn't have the rights to X-Men, so they wanted a team up movie like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Eternals was what came to mind, and Eternals came into fruition, and they planned it out 5 years in advance because they weren't sure if they were going to get the X-Men rights.
Right.
So that's why Eternals was even born. So now you got to incorporate Eternals now, and you got to kind of flip the script and get good writers to come in and, kind of piece it together and make it all make sense within the universe. And I think Tiamat is going to be, and what they did in that first movie by, kind of having the damn Celestial poke out the ocean. I think they're tying it together where that's their X-Men tie-in with, Tiamat is going to be adamantium, like the way he transformed and turned into stone. Well, he turned into adamantium.
Yeah. It'll be weird because if you do Secret Wars and is that the way they introduce them? Or, when does Wolverine get adamantium? Like, it's still going to be convoluted. So if you do Secret Wars and everything changes and different realities blend, is Tiamat still there at the end?
Who knows?
No.
It might disappear.
Who knows?
They might just be like, oh, we don't need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in all reality, bro, I could do without the Eternals. Like,
yeah. They might just be like, yeah, they might throw that idea away.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm just, I'm with you. Like, it doesn't seem necessary.
It's what I ask, like, whenever I see the movies that are out, like, kind of bomb in the box office, it's like, bro, nobody asked for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for you to do another, to do a Morbius movie. We didn't ask for that. Kraven getting pushed back. Well, we didn't ask for a Kraven movie. Like, we want to see Spider-Man, and if Kraven's there, awesome. But, like, for guys like that to be by themselves and, guys like the Eternals, like, I don't know who asked for an Eternals movie. I think Marvel was just bored and saying, we really want a team-up movie. And, you can only do Avengers but so many times.
True.
Like,
and
we don't have X-Men.
If they would have explained the Eternals as these are Thanos' people, Thanos was an Eternal, it would have meant a lot more.
Well, that's why they incorporated his brother, Star Fox, at the end. The boy, what's the name? What's the name? The One Direction kid, Harry Styles. That's why I incorporated his characters. Thanos' brother.
Right.
Yeah, and even in his introduction, they say brother of Thanos. If they would have led with that, like, where did Thanos come from? Why did he exist? Who was from Titan? It probably would have done better, but they didn't. They kind of did little hints to it.
Yeah, I think they should have leaned more on the mythology of what the Eternals were. I think if the Eternals was like a breaking ground for like how some people and the technology what we have now is incorporated in the MCU, and kind of how like the DNA structure of like the people who have powers is how it was distributed, and telling like Namor's story, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Namor got powers. Well, it came from the same meteor that Black Panther got his powers from. So,
Right.
Just seeing that kind of origin story and Brian Coogler kind of piecing that really well. I think Eternals could have did a lot more, and I thought Eternals was going to be more of a groundbreaking setup as to why we have mutants or will have mutants in the MCU. Because I think they could have played it well. I mean, they already had Miss Marvel already, set to go, and that came on right afterwards. So I think that would have helped explain like her. They could have helped elaborate more on her family. Because I think they did it. They did mention Kingo, right? Kingo.
Kingo. Yeah.
They did mention him in Marvels because of the Bollywood movies.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yes, yeah, they did.
So I would have loved to see like in Eternals a bigger setup for that, and maybe like Kamala's family being a little bit more connected to, something of that stature, and it explains her mutation. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, oh well, she's a mutant now, and it's like, okay, she's a mutant.
Yeah. They if you do the Eternals and you say, hey, listen, the Eternals, while they were on Earth all this time, they were just whores, and they were out having sex.
They were out here having sex.
And they were hiding. Like these the city boys were up.
Yeah. that would have been a way better explanation as to why we'll have mutants. You can be binding celestial DNA with human DNA.
Yeah. City boys is up. Y'all are supposed to be doing that.
It's like that. What's that movie? Species.
Yeah.
Well,
yo, tell me why I was watching that the other day randomly.
Actually, Tarek, you bring up a good point, because in the comic books, that's how the mutants and Eternals have a conflict, because they find out that the gene in the mutant gene, it is a deviant DNA.
Oh,
so that's how then the Eternals actually start hunting down mutants, and they even go to war with the whole mutant nation and everything. Yeah, in the comic books. So they might do that. They might just do that. You might just hit it right there on the head. Yeah.
That'd be great. It has to be a validation for that film.
Yeah.
Which I was one of the few people who enjoyed that film. But there does now I'm like, there does need to be a validation of why that film.
Yeah, check out that comic book if you get a chance, or digital one, Eternals versus X-Men.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of X-Men, did you see the X-Men Easter egg in Loki?
I did not.
I think I missed this.
Yeah, I missed it.
So there's a scene. They're standing in front of that red door. They're standing in front of that red door, and there's like that pounding sound.
Yeah.
Well, they zoom in slowly on that red door. You think something crazy is gonna pop out. They zoom in on it, and it's an X. The center of it is an X with a circle in the middle, and it looks like Cerebro.
Ah. Wait, man, definitely
like the door looked exactly like Cerebro. And that's why they zoomed on it really slow. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I missed that.
I wonder if that's going to lead to anything.
I missed that.
Yeah, legit. I'm gonna put it in our chat. It's pretty dope.
Wow.
There's so much multiverse stuff now with Quantumania and Doctor Strange and Loki.
A lot.
That it's definitely, it is exciting to see how they bring it all together. But they definitely got to bring it all together. I mean, even Spider-Man is involved in the multiverse now. And, I want to see it all come together, but I don't want the unification of the universe, if there is such thing, be the end of something. I want it to be the beginning.
Right.
So I don't want to wait 7 films.
Yeah, that's a lot.
For them to unite the universes. Like,
that's a lot.
Give it to me now. And listen, and pause on everything I just said.
I can't even read the screen right anymore without these readers. Like, I don't know if I can survive up for 7 more movies. Let's see.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that they're changing? I don't know if this is real or not. Maybe from a fake site. Check me. That it's not going to be the Marvels anymore. That it's going to be Captain Marvel 2.
Really? They're changing the name of the whole movie? Nah.
Yeah, they're going to.
I'll believe it. They call it the
Yo,
Marvels with a
I'll keep
byline, Captain Marvel 2.
I'll keep it honest with you, bro. Like I haven't seen much promo on this movie,
Yeah. I heard the
and I don't know
movie's
if they.
mad short, too.
Yeah, I heard. I think they're not cutting spots like that because the movie is that short, and you can't. They don't want to give too much away.
Mm.
But
Mm.
but yeah, I haven't really seen too much promo. They just dropped a TV spot randomly like the other day, and I had usually there's always bigger rollouts when the trailers are dropping. But yeah, dog. I mean, and then apparently there's some leak. I'm gonna go on YouTube and check it out later about the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the leak is out on the movie.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's good stuff. I don't know if it's bad stuff, but
Yeah, don't do that to Tarek. Tarek don't like leaks.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay for the
Oh,
Marvel.
okay.
but they might be hitting what was it, like that Harley Quinn movie, the Emancipation, that long ass title, Emancipation, the Birds of Prey, Emancipation, Fantabulous Emancipation of that's a lot of wordage
Yeah.
for a movie title, and they're probably hitting that because fair weather Marvel fans probably like, what the hell is the Marvels? Like I thought it was just Captain Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you already got Miss Marvel and well, all three of them have the same name in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they only call her Photon because that's a Captain Marvel overload
Right.
for nameage. But yeah, it's probably called Captain Marvel 2 just to make it simpler for people that they're probably trying to get this pre-sale, and fair weather fans or new fans of Marvel are probably like, what the hell is this?
It looks like that's what they're going to do in China. Is call it Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
So not in American theaters. In China, the Chinese theaters will be calling it
Gotcha.
Captain Marvel 2. Yeah. To simplify. Like, all right.
Okay. Cool. I'm excited for all that stuff and see. Hopefully, I can survive to watch it all.
Yeah. Listen, a big mishap to me. One last thing on the Eternals and all this stuff is there should have been more references to them in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That would have been a perfect time to reference them. They're in space. We know there's all these Eternals. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the perfect time to reference them.
Yeah.
But they had to do Adam Warlock and Gamora and all that. I get it.
Well, there's definitely gonna be more. There's definitely gonna be more Guardians of the Galaxy. So we got a new team, new lineup.
Do you think
Oh
so?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there will be more.
Yeah, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be a new season, should I say, or a new trilogy, probably with that new team. New director, new creative team. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Let's move on, man. We're gonna move on to the Star Wars stuff. So Joe, I know you're gonna tap out. Let everyone know how they can follow you, sir.
Follow me on my personal Joey Franchise, and for more geek stuff at Franchise on Film.
Right, man. Thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
So yes, Joey is out, and Tarek is just me and you. We're gonna talk about this Ahsoka finale for all my Star Wars heads. First off, what do you think about the whole series as a complete body of work? There you go.
I thought it was a very good series.
Yeah.
Good character development. Not being a person who's watched Rebels, who only has like a glancing knowledge from the Star Wars Wikipedia of like the characters in Rebels. I thought it was well done. A little upset about how fast my man Ezra Bridger made a lightsaber. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
This motherfucker made a lightsaber faster than I could replace a light bulb. But that was I thought it was a very good well-developed show. Ended on a cliffhanger, which I would have liked the show to just end.
Right.
And then see Ahsoka do something different afterwards. I get it. So it looks like we're going to be dragging out this period in between the end of the rebellion and the New Republic,
and all the way to the
yeah.
First Order, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's the First Order through their eyes,
Right.
you know, which is fine. Star Wars needs new stories, though.
Yeah. And I think
This is a great.
I think
Go ahead.
Dave Filoni gets it. Like, he's got a, right, he had some ideas, so some fresh things, some things, some lore, the Mortis gods, and he's taking his shot. You know what I mean? He's gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be interesting.
Definitely a big highlight
Yeah.
was Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely.
Like, if there was any critique of him, he definitely redeemed himself. You know what I mean? Like, he showed that he was a good Anakin.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it was great. Seeing him again in action, just as an actor portraying the character again. Whatever Anakin Skywalker is now, I guess Force Ghost, Spirit Guide, whatever the hell you call it. But
God,
definitely,
worries.
yeah. Mortis God, fill in. I don't know, whatever you want to call him, but he was definitely excellent, man. I definitely the last performance of Ray Stevenson, may he rest in peace. That was awesome. His portrayal of Balin Skull is excellent. He was always it was always very intriguing. You always wanted to learn more about the character. Him and Shin as well. So I wonder if they're gonna recast.
Her ending was interesting.
Yeah.
That left a lot to be. I won't say not a lot to be desired, but it left a lot
Open ended. Very open ended.
Yeah, what's she doing?
Yeah. It's like, well, what's her motivation? Like, I don't understand what her motivations is. Like, does she want to be, in command? She should have left with the Empire people, and she didn't. She just stayed on the planet. So I don't know.
Yeah.
She seemed like she's confused too. I understand Balin's, of course, I guess reaching out to whoever's calling him, wherever those Mortis gods statues are at. And I think that's interesting.
He's not dead. He's not dead,
No,
right?
well,
Just
the actor has passed away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know the actor has, but he kind of just this is my path. You go do your thing.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I would like to see it more. I want to see more exposition on their stories. There you go. So I hope that there is a season 2 of Ahsoka. Apparently, they're trapped on the planet. Spoiler alert. But Admiral Thrawn has returned to the main Star Wars universe, hitting up Dathomir, and we're gonna see what those Night Sister mothers have in store for to help out Thrawn take back over the cosmos. Yeah, and as far as a whole, I really enjoyed the whole show. It had I always see I get it. It becomes that long episode. If you haven't watched episodes of Rebels and Clone Wars, and it's hard for you to get in here as a casual Star Wars fan, and you're trying to figure out why we should care about these characters. I get it. Your frustration because you don't want to go back and watch some cartoons. I understand. We're all busy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I get it. And that's that long debate, that ever never ending debate, Tarek, that Marvel and DC and probably DC will probably, since they're gonna be doing TV shows too. So of course Star Wars now and everything like that has a interconnected universe with TV shows and long form shows and movies. Reverse, if you want to get into these stories, you got to watch a little bit of these TV shows, or that you might have not cared about.
Is anyone watching Titans?
Yeah, Titans, the TV show.
Yeah,
I tried. I tried until I saw a really bad episode, and I was just like, I can't. I almost cussed again.
From my understanding, Titans is good.
It is.
But
It's got some
uh,
highlights there. It's got some high points. It's got a lot of low points and a lot of high points.
but Titans didn't rope me in when I was a kid.
I see.
So I'm roped into lightsabers. Every kid who played with like a fake sword, used a stick as a sword, was like lightsaber.
Right.
You know. So Star Wars holds a different place
Yeah.
than some of these other things. And I think Ahsoka as a character is another very, very interesting character. Where you're like, okay, it's not just a Skywalker.
Right.
I think this is what Dave Filoni is not, I don't want to say fixing, is doing something.
I think he's broadening.
that
He's showing, okay,
is
it's
broadening,
bigger
yeah.
than the Skywalker saga. It's
Right,
it's
which
a
is what I
galaxy.
thought
You know what I mean?
the sequels
Yeah.
should have done
Yeah.
and didn't do. Like, they still made the Skywalkers the center of
Right.
that thing. And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
it can be alluded to, but a little piece of me is like, this sucks because I know it's all going to end with, you know, I know how it ends with the First Order and
Right.
the ridiculousness of the Emperor coming back, and you know,
Mhm.
I wish they could
Somehow
fix
he returned.
that. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
that's a movie line that will forever live in infamy. Somehow
What's that?
Palpatine returned.
ridiculous. Like, we never got, like, if this was, if they had not done the Emperor thing
And I
just did
I
Snoke,
love Emperor Palpatine. You know, he's one of my favorite bad guys ever. And I quote him all the time and I speak like him sometimes. You know, but
why did you do that?
you know,
That's a weird thing to
I
do.
know it was. But I
Weird,
really
it's
like
weird.
Emperor Palpatine. He's one of my favorite bad guys ever, you know? But the break
Yeah,
it
no.
was kind of like
So I'm saying,
okay.
if they had ended with Emperor Palpatine thing after Return of the Jedi and did Snoke, and then Ahsoka was about the rise of Snoke and where he came
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
it'd be so much more interesting than it being about the Emperor.
Right.
It's like, I like the new character. I like Thrawn, even though Thrawn's in the novels,
Mhm.
which, you know, we're not sure what is
What they're gonna use yet from those novels.
canon
Yeah, definitely.
and not.
Yeah.
But he's an interesting villain.
Yes.
He's an interesting villain, and it'd be interesting to see how Thrawn leads to Snoke. Boom, 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 boom.
Let's see.
But they already messed it up with fucking force lightning coming down and like knocking down, you know, starships, you know, and taking all the power away, like in the, you know, the Last Jedi or Return of Skywalker.
That was the Rise of Skywalker. Right?
Rise of Skywalker, you know, like that was, you know. So these things are doing good job. These shows are doing good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Ahsoka more than Obi-Wan. I think I like Obi-Wan a little more.
Okay.
But Obi-Wan's my favorite character. So.
Yeah.
But Ahsoka's been good.
Ahsoka's been good.
Really good.
It's a solid show. And I'd say for anyone who doesn't know the backstory, it's definitely a solid Star Wars show. Definitely. So
I put it over the Book of Boba Fett.
there you go. Yeah, yeah. I think it's
Ahsoka
definitely
this
better
season-
than Obi-Wan at times. Even though I
don't
like
think
the
it's
ending of
better than
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. I think it's been better than some seasons of The Mandalorian.
True.
So it's very solid.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for us today, man. Unless there's something else I'm forgetting about. You've been watching the Boys spinoff, and I have yet to watch it.
Yeah.
And I said I was
did.
going to, and I have not yet watched it yet.
Yeah, we'll catch up on that because that shit's wild.
Thanks a lot. All right, my friend. That's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow us on the socials. Follow my good friend Tarek Lewis. Let them know how they can follow you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube.
Yeah. Make sure you go to YouTube. Follow me, Speedy's Multiverse. Okay. And of course, if you're so interested in my DJ life, you can follow me on DJ Speedy JR. Thank you so much. Follow the show, man. Geek Culture Congress is on Instagram. Go to Geek Culture Congress, put it all together on Instagram. And of course, you can listen to the audio version of this podcast. Thank you so much for all your support. Everyone who listens to the audio version of this podcast, we appreciate you so much. please give us a follow on our socials, on our YouTube channels. That helps us out greatly. And it's our recompensation for doing this show. So go follow us on our YouTube channels, of course, on Tarek's YouTube channel, on our channel. And we'd really appreciate the support on that side too, not just on the audio version of the podcast, but we do appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to us here at Geek Culture Congress all the time. Let's see, next Monday, 8:30 p.m. We do it once again. We're talking some more Loki, episode 2 now. Yeah, that's all we got left. And hopefully I'll watch some of this boy spinoff, and we'll get into that too.
I'm also watching The Changeling on Apple TV.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also watching Castlevania Nocturne.
I'll wait for you to finish.
Yeah. Okay. Because it was very interesting. I'm at the one of the protagonists is I like her backstory or where she getting her powers from. It was very interesting, and they use some African deities to explain her background. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I was like, it's very creative, very creative way of being different. But we'll get into that when I finish. There you go. All right, Tarek?
Yeah, we'll finish the shit, Speedy.
Yeah. All right, Tarek, have a good one, man.
All right, peace.
See you guys, have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.